What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back with another video. Hope you guys are having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. If you are, please press the like button. Alright, you have 5 seconds to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, I will be forced to sell the rights to all of your intellectual property, any idea you've ever come up with, to Microsoft, and they will own your brain. Yeah, they're gonna lock you up in a basement and force you to create Minecraft updates until you die. I'm sorry, guys, I don't make the rules, I just follow them, and that's the 411, that's the situation that you've gotten yourself into by clicking on this video. Today we're gonna be talking about an entitled parent that I ran into back in the day, back when I was in high school, just being a little bit of a lad. This kid's mom actually said the words, and I quote, "I own you," as if I'm really gonna be afraid of her in any way, shape, or form. You know, like, I'm sorry, soccer moms are not an intimidating group of people. They all act like they're really scary, you know, like, let me talk to your manager is really gonna shock fear into the core of every human being. But surprisingly, most people aren't afraid of you, Karen. We all know that your husband's having an affair with the secretary, and the only thing that you're scaring is your children, because they realize that somewhere along the way, they came out of you, and now their role model is a shrewd shell of a woman who's slowly fading away into old age. If that one got a little too personal for any moms watching this video, my bad, I didn't mean it. You can you can like the video and it won't happen to you. You know, you won't become a shrewd old woman who's gonna scream at the manager. But real talk though, there's some really entitled people. This story takes place when I worked at a movie theater, by the way. It was the second job I really had, like a real job, and basically we would just clean movie theaters, and it was no big deal. And the sad thing about cleaning movie theaters was we were also the people that had to enforce the rules, because our manager were cowards, right? Like, they would make a rule like no cell phones in the movie theater, which is fair, and instead of them enforcing it and going and kicking people out of the theaters, they would send me in, getting paid $8.25 an hour, to go tell people that the movie they just paid $40 for doesn't matter and they're gonna have to leave. And people don't take getting kicked out of movie theaters very well, alright? I've been cursed out a lot having to kick people out of movie theaters, and this is definitely the worst one I've seen. But whatever. Anyways, one day I'm at work and I'm just chilling, you know, trying to clean some movie theaters, and over the radio I get this call, and it basically says, "Hey Ryan, in Theater 4 we have a kid on his mom's cell phone playing a game. We're gonna have to ask you to go in and tell them to shut off the phone. Don't kick him out. It looks like he's just bored, but you gotta let him know that no cellular devices are allowed." I'm not saying my movie theater was rude. They were pretty understanding. They could tell the kid was not sitting there trying to record the movie or do anything illegal, so they were just gonna send me in to tell him to turn off his phone, which is more than fair. Hey, you can't play games in here. Your Clash of Clans raid can wait. Can you just chill like for the next 20 minutes till your movie's over, and then you can play your game? So I head into Theater 3 and I walk around the corner, and immediately I realize that the kid's mother has that haircut. The haircut you guys are all picturing in your head, where you know that interacting with this person is not going to be fun. It's not going to be entertaining. The only thing that the interaction with this person is going to make you want to do is never ever have a manager again, because Karen is definitely going to walk right up to him and ask to have you fired. So whatever, I see this mom and I instantly start bracing myself for her to be abrasive and, you know, want to RKO me in the back of her minivan or Toyota Sienna that her husband just bought her. But whatever, I walk up slowly and I basically say, "Hey, excuse me, your son's on the phone. I'm gonna have to ask you to turn off the devices. There's no phones allowed." And immediately this mother, you know, maybe she had too much tequila at book club or something, looks at me and goes, "Do I tell you how to parent your kids?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have children, ma'am, so no, you really can't. And if my son was breaking the rules, yeah, you're more than welcome to tell me what to do with my son." And she starts explaining to me that I'm an idiot and he's just playing a game, and there's nothing against playing games in the movie theater, and blah 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 blah. I just need to shut up. It's her son, it's her business. And okay, listen, lady, I can tell you're definitely having a bad day. I know, you know, maybe work is stressful. Maybe you work, maybe you don't. I don't know you. You don't know me. But what I can tell you is that yelling at me isn't going to change the rules. Your son can't use the phone. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. The rules are the rules for a reason. Your son can't use the phone. Turn it off or I have to kick you out. So at this point, she's screaming at me even more, because I guess I was being rude. So she starts asking for my manager, and there's other people in the theater. So I'm just like, all right, okay, you know what, lady? We can talk about this outside. You're more than welcome to speak to my manager. So we get outside and she starts yelling at me about how she can't believe that someone would be so rude in this establishment. She'll never watch a movie here again. And I turn to her and I say, "Lady, I don't care if you never watch a movie here again. I really don't. I'm getting paid by the hour. You're more than welcome to yell at me. I'm not listening to it anymore." And she looks at me and she says, do you see that popcorn that my son's holding? And I'm like, yeah, I see the popcorn. And she says, well, that's what pays your salary. So technically, I own you. So you do have to listen to me yell at you. And guys, I know what you're thinking. Ryan, did you punch her in the face while wearing alligator skin boots while stomping on her nose singing the national anthem? And the answer is no, I didn't. It was very hard for me to refrain. And I've never understood this, all right? Like, listen, I'm working at a movie theater. I'm a child. And you know what? Yes, you did buy popcorn. That helps pays my salary. But you're acting like you're the only person that comes in here and buys popcorn. Like, I don't serve, 6,000 people in this theater a day that are all buying popcorn and watching movies. You really think that you're the only person paying my hourly wage, all right? Like, you're not. You're just not. You don't own me. Thanks for the penny that you contributed to me through buying the popcorn. You don't get to berate me and yell at me, you old sea hag. But I just smiled at her and I went, you know what? That's great. Thanks for buying the popcorn. You're probably going to get banned from here. And she's like, I will not get banned. You're a manager, blah, 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 blah. So my manager comes down, and thank God it was a cool manager. If I would have gotten one of these managers that sucks the teat of every single customer and is like bending over backwards to say, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right all the time, I think I might have actually quit on the spot. But my manager kind of sees what's going on here, and he tells the lady that, like, there's no phones allowed. And she tries to pull this crap of, well, nobody told me there was no phones allowed, which, first of all, is common sense not to use your phone in the movie theater. Like, that's like being like, officer, I didn't know I wasn't allowed to drive drunk. It's just common sense that you shouldn't do it. Let's think here. Use your 4 brain cells, Karen. Think this through. Does it make sense? No, then we're good. Move on with your life. Amen. And there's only one problem. At our theater, we actually did a little speech in front of the screen before movies started telling people that they were not allowed to use their phone or they'd be asked to leave without a refund. And since Karen just had to be a bitch, my manager tells her to leave, gets her name down, and basically says, yeah, you're not welcome back here anymore. And she's throwing a fit, and she looks at me, and I just shrug my shoulders. Maybe I would have stood up for you if you wouldn't have been such an asshole, but now my manager's on my side. You're getting banned, and ooh, looks like I'm not gonna lose my job and you don't own me anymore. Thanks for buying the popcorn, though. But of course, Karen won't take it. She stamps her foot and demands to speak to corporate, which, like, it's just not gonna work, mainly because corporate at this place did back us up pretty well. It was not like the grocery store where the managers in corporate would just bend over backwards and let people stick fingers wherever they wanted, So we're like, yep, here's the corporate number you're more than welcome to call. She asked me to give her my name and like blah, 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 blah. And at this point, my manager kind of gave me permission to be pretty rude to her. I didn't have to be too nice to her. So I told her that my name was Ryan, but it was spelt, just wait for it, just wait for it, just wait for it, ladies and gentlemen, R-Y-A-Q-N. And she's like, there's a Q in Ryan? And I was like, yeah, but it's silent. And she goes, oh, that's kind of weird. And I was like, yeah. And so we're now for some reason she's calmed down. She's talking to me about the silent Q in my name. And after that, she takes my manager's name. She's like, well, you guys will probably not have a job on Monday. And she leaves in a huff. I see her loading her kid into a minivan with the most fury in her eyes that I've ever seen, anger filling her body as she realizes that I've won this round, ladies and gentlemen. Monday I came into work and they were calling me upstairs because I guess people at corporate wanted to talk to me, and they asked me if I had called her a dumb whore and told her that her kid would never amount to anything, and I was like, no, that's not what happened. And they're like, yeah, we didn't think so, but that's what she called corporate and said. Meaning after she left, she called corporate and said, yeah, Ryan with a Q called me a dumb whore, and that my kid was never gonna amount to anything, and expected them to just be like, oh my gosh, my bad, and fire me on the spot and not even ask me about it. And of course my manager had my back. They were pretty cool about it. But this poor lady went home, and still the most interesting thing in her life was trying to get a kid fired from a movie theater. Like, do you not have anything else to do, lady? You have a child. Are you not thinking about raising your child or what type of example that sets for your kid? So let's just get a teenage kid fired because he told me not to use a phone at a movie theater, and I don't like that because well, I don't like it because I said I don't. All right? Stop thinking it through so much, guys. It makes perfect logical sense to Becky the soccer mom. On that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate you pressing the like button, commenting down below, and subscribing if you're new. I tell stories like this every day, and you guys could watch them all by pressing the notification bell. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Press the noti bell, hoes. And yeah, on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and don't get anyone pregnant. And if you are going to get somebody pregnant, please make sure they're hot and not going to yell at me in a movie theater. And that's going to do it for the video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.